Hey everybody, welcome back. It is March 30th and we just wanted to put together a quick video, see how everybody out there is doing amidst the chaos that we have right now. Just kind of let you guys know what we've been up to. So March 30th, the rain finally stopped. Feels like it's been raining. Feels like it's been raining every day for the last week. That's the red-tailed hawk. See it?
Uh-huh. It's going like up and down. We're trying to make a video.
But yeah, it's been, I think 2 weeks, 3 weeks since we've been up. Even longer for you.
It's been a whole month and a half. No, a week.
Month and a week?
Yeah, exactly. Actually.
Yeah. Last time we were up, we were pruning all the apple trees, so we got that taken care of. And today we just wanted to get out of the house, get up here. We brought the fertilizer up for the chestnut trees, want to get that down. Usually want to fertilize chestnut trees twice a year, early spring like March, April, and then again in the summertime. Don't want to fertilize in the fall because you don't want that boost at the very end of the season. So we're going to do some fertilizing today. Wanted to pull the cards out of the cameras and just get out in the woods. I mean,
because it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
I mean, I can get my red heads all dirty.
So we're just gonna go for a walk, see what we see. Maybe shut our mouths, might actually see some game.
It's supposed to be like snow right now at camp. Like in May, there's still some snow. It was like last year, it was May, and there was snow on the ground still.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a few years ago. It reminds me of the video. It was like 70 degrees in April, and the next day it was 29 degrees.
Yeah, it was wild.
And
so what else do we have in our back pocket for this trip? Ow. Not that. Uncle Joel.
Food. Oh, his deer.
Yes, we finally picked up.
And yogurt.
Finally picked up Joel's buck, so we're gonna deliver that. So he is anxious as heck to finally get that deer in his hands again, but it looks fantastic. Jerky?
Yeah.
Or is that just the way it's?
Maybe just a rock was there.
Yeah.
And then maybe
Looks
the
like
deer
Terri.
kicked it. There's a deer trap right next to it.
Stump looks wet. Holy cow. This is always a wet plot, but today,
It grows a lot.
super wet.
Look at this.
So you guys will have to let us know down in the comments what you guys have been up to the last couple of weeks. I mean, especially the last few weeks with basically the entire country shut down. Most of Pennsylvania is under a stay-at-home order. Let us know what you guys have been up to. Maybe you've been out doing some shed hunting. Hopefully you caught a few sheds. Just scouting, looking forward to turkey season.
Squirrel.
Squirrel, he's been anxious to get back into some squirrel hunting. But yeah, I mean, with the virus, has everything flipped upside down?
What do you do?
What do? You go out in the woods and you walk around. Admire your beautiful plot of imperial white-tailed clover.
I bet you we're going to have to eat this soon.
This does look good. I mean, this is just solid green, solid clover. Look at this. Look at all this fertilizer all over.
Fertilizer. Droppings, you mean?
Yeah, this is really gonna look good. This is all greening up.
And
Turkey.
squirrels been in this too, because all the acorns are in that tree up there.
Well, it's the second week of March up here at camp, and overnight we got a good bit of snow, a lot more than we were supposed to. It was just supposed to be a dusting, and we got a good 2.5 inches. So we're right now in Ghost, and we're going to, well, we were going to frost seed our fusion plot, but it looks like we're going to snow seed it instead. So I got our fusion in our Earthway shoulder spreader bags. We planted this last spring. Came in really good, but never hurts to frost seeds. That's what we're doing today. Well, we got all the camera batteries and cards pulled, so let's get back to camp.
Well, besides that one, because we don't have the other charger.
Yeah. So we'll go back, we'll get these on the charger, dump the cards, and then let's fertilize the chestnut trees.
Yay!
Okay. Check this out. So I was dumping these cards.
I was trying to shoot.
This old movie, Parts Per Billion. I don't know if Uncle Mark brought this up or John brought this up or how long it's been up here, but as crazy as this is, 3 couples are forced to make life-altering decisions in the face of a biological catastrophe that threatens to destroy the human race. As the pandemic spreads and civilization is thrown into chaos, each couple must find a way to survive the end of the world. So here's a movie that's basically almost like coronavirus at camp. I've never seen this in any of the boxes of DVDs that we've had. So I don't know if Uncle Mark must have brought this up or John, but what the heck? There's a pile of footage on these cards. How's that working out for you?
I want a new one. I want one
I told you.
that I can do far distance.
I told you, those are literally kids' bows. Just
To do it like a school, like when next year my school's doing an archery thing, I can bring this in with me. So I bet you there's like a weight limit that they do. This is only 22. And I can easily do it.
Alright, so we will go out back, we'll fertilize the chestnut trees. Then when we come back, we got to put the fence back up on the orchard. There's a section that came down.
Okay.
So we'll get that done too. A few weekends ago, we pruned all of our apple and chestnut trees. Now we're going to go ahead and fertilize them. You want to do this twice a year. First in the early spring, so we're looking at late March, early April, and then again in June. You don't want to fertilize any later than that because you don't want to be pushing new growth out of these trees, you know, going into fall, early winter as things are starting to go into dormancy, and that fertilizer is just pushing those nutrients to these trees. So late March, early April, and then again in June. And what we're using is the Scott's Osmocote indoor fertilizer. This is actually what Chestnut Hill Outdoors recommends for chestnut trees. So don't let this label fool you. Even though it says indoor on it and it's got nothing but a bunch of pictures of flowers, this is actually what you want to use for Dunstan chestnuts. Now, if you want to look for something that's got a little bit cheaper price point than the Scott's Osmocote, you know, there's other generics out there you can use. Just make sure you're looking at a 15-9-12 fertilizer. So what that is 15 parts nitrogen, 9 parts phosphorus, 12 parts potassium. If you can't find the exact 15-9-12 recommendation, if you're off by a little bit, that's okay, but what you really want to look for is the 15-9-12, and the Scott's Osmocote you can't beat it. You don't want to use any fertilizer if you're planting a tree first year of growth. So because a lot of these have been in the ground now for 4 or 5 years, there's recommendations based on the size of the pot that you're planting. 1 capful for every 2 gallons, which is basically a new tree. So because these have been in the ground for a good number of years, we're looking at about 3 capfuls, maybe 4 on the older trees per tree.
So while there's not much snow down home,
There's
not
a lot
even
here.
25 or 30 minutes north on the north-facing slope, and there's probably a good 8 to 12 inches of real dense snow and a lot of ice on the mountain. So we'll see how the Ford does climbing up and get some work done on the White Birch Road today.
Feel it.
I'm standing there.
The Ranger chains were just smooth, feeling on a slide, although it's sliding a little bit.
I figured that'd be a good one to have on video.
I'd like to see that one. Yeah. From a different perspective. I'm not sure we're going to get out of here.
These are good ones. Oh, they're sharp ones. That's why. Ooh, there's some big.
Beautiful day in the woods. Got a little bit accomplished today. Got that road cleared out, which will help us with building the next hunting enclosure.
Awesome. I got it! Oh, that one. That one's just perfect. I might snap it, right? Oh, that must have bad, but it broke. Look at that.
Tonight we got some pretty good stuff going on.
Jerky!
Tonight is jerky night. We've got some strips that we marinated in the refrigerator last night. It's been almost 24 hours we've had them marinating, so tonight we put them to the oven. You excited?
Because I want jerky.
This is all he's been talking about, is making jerky out of this deer. We only did the, one shoulder.
This one.
One shoulder for venison jerky, and we probably should have done the whole deer because this stuff is definitely not going to last in this house. So let's get to it. So what do we got going? Last night we got it marinated. What did we use?
We used the High Mountain seasonings. We used the Hunter's Blend, which has like salt and pepper and garlic and hickory powder and other spices. And I got Hunter's Blend because I'm a hunter. Now we wait.
All right, buddy. Sounds like the oven's ready. You want to move that stuff back? Here's our oven rack, which is a little too big as far as the grate. So just in case we don't want to lose any of the smaller strips, we'll put these on here. All we got to do is get some venison strips on top of here. Pop it in for how long?
Hour and 15 minutes.
And then what? We indulge.
It goes in the mouth.
Edible.
It's going to be delicious.
Edible venison jerky. Try a piece. Cheers.
Hot.
That's good. All right, well, it's after 6 o'clock. We're gonna head down the road. As soon as we leave camp, rain stops, clouds part. Now we got blue sky. But, we got our passenger there in the back seat. We're gonna swing by, drop off Joel's deer.
Don't talk much.
Doesn't have much to say. But Joel will. It'll be like Christmas in March for him.
I want that.
So we're going to close this video for now. Hopefully you guys are staying safe, finding something to keep your time occupied, and we'll catch you in the next video.
That's been the theme with this deer for the last how many months? That's the biggest one I've gotten to date.